Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Welcome, everybody, to the Buffalo Sabres New York Islanders pregame show. Puck drop shortly here, probably like the next 10 minutes. Just thought we'd get out to you and introduce you to actually the newest member of the Two Goalies, One Mike. Two Goalies, One Mike family. Carson Gates, fellow goaltender, member of the goalie union. Carson, how are you, and how do you feel about tonight's matchup between the Buffalo Sabres and the COVID-ridden and struggling New York Islanders?
Hey, thanks for having me. Really excited to be here. But tonight's game, I'm really excited for a Sabres fan. Coming off a 12-game break, back-to-back games, kind of get things going. And I'm just excited to see Krebs play again. Talk to Kirka alongside Thompson. That one was so much fun last night. I also won this one in the decade, and I'm excited to see it happen again.
Yeah. It's been a very, like you mentioned in the article you wrote with Trainwreck Sports, is it's been a long time since, I think, probably since the 10-game winning streak, as well as maybe the very next hot start Buffalo had, where I think they were like 8-2 to start the season or whatever it was, that Sabres fans have really felt this type of excitement, in like the last 10 years. It's just been those moments have been very few and far in between. And, I was at the game last night, and granted, we didn't get, any points out of the Peyton Krebs or, JJ Paterka. Ethan Proud did, at 29 years old in his NHL debut, did score his first NHL goal. Alex Tuck scored his first point as a Buffalo Sabre on the redirect by Tage Thompson. And JJ Paterka, he did have a lot of chances. We got to see the playmaking ability of Peyton Krebs firsthand. That was a lot of fun. Are these guys going to stick around? No, probably not. They're probably going to go back to Rochester when Buffalo is back at 100%. But to be able to get a taste of it last night was very, very exciting. And that building was probably, I think they said that was the fullest the building's been all season, just under 12,000 fans. Definitely the most since the home opener, which I also attended.
Yeah, just even watching the game on TV, even all season, it's been insanely empty. But last night, you could hear the crowd, feel excitement, and like I wrote about, it really felt like 2007 again. Just in the city, people were excited for a game at the end of December for once, not maybe October and a hot streak November. It's middle of the season. Even the team's record's not doing too hot. It's just kind of some hope again for the city of Buffalo, which is always nice.
Yeah, Buffalo is having their COVID issues right now too, obviously without Dylan Cousins. Head coach Don Granato. Who am I missing?
Skinner.
Yep. We're having our COVID issues as well. But you kind of look at what the New York Islanders are dealing with. Ryan Pulak, Kyle Palmieri, Anthony Beloved. I always have issues with his last name. Bouvillier, yes. Bouvillier. Oliver Wally Wallstrom, Brock Nelson, and Sebastian Aho. All, four of the six are in the COVID protocols. Pulak and Palmieri on IR. So, they're having their issues with keeping a healthy lineup right now, too. I mean, we just saw the World Juniors tournament get, canceled. I know there's been kind of talk about them possibly picking it back up in the summer, which, I think as a hockey fan, I would love to see that happen. I would love to see them play the women's tournament as well. I think they got a raw deal from the get-go for there to be such an effort. There wasn't much of an effort to get this going. They should have played it in a bubble, to be honest. But to not see the women's tournament get played was very disheartening, because, you always have fun watching the U.S.-Canada matchup. That's those two always seem to be in the gold medal game. And I was excited to see that tournament as well. But hopefully they pick it up, in the summer. Just COVID has really run its course for a second time through not just the NHL, but all professional sports.
I'm having some connection issues on my end. I can't hear you at all, but I know you're talking about the World Juniors and kind of things shutting down there. It doesn't make sense to me that they'd have other people at the same hotel as the players.
Makes no sense.
It's just absurd to me. Like the IHF just completely dropped the ball the past month with everything. It blows my mind.
Yeah, like I said, that should have been played in a bubble from the get-go. You saw how well the NHL and NBA did, the year prior in the playoffs when they played both in the bubble. How well they did and how they were able to keep obviously COVID away from the players, keep things contained, and keep everybody safe. Whereas with the IHF, like it's not, they didn't even make the effort. You can ask these players. You can only control. You can't control everything. There's things you can't control, and to place players in the same hotel as just regular citizens. Not that they're not regular citizens, but to place them in hotel rooms with just everyday people who probably aren't taking the extra precautions to make sure that they're being safe. Wearing masks, or people that are vaccinated. To expose the players to that is extremely irresponsible.
Yeah, hopefully we can get something going on this summer and going to next year. But this past week with it all has just been incredibly disappointing as a hockey fan.
Yep, you saw Connor Bedard score a natural hat trick as a 16-year-old, not been done since Wayne Gretzky. You saw Owen Power in his debut for Team Canada score a hat trick, which was a lot of fun to watch. He had the Twitter hit, at the Twitter world, Sabres Twitter, really going out of their minds for what he was doing in his World Juniors debut. So it really does suck a lot, but we have to move on. He'll go back to Michigan along with Matty Beniers, Kent Johnson, and Luke Hughes, and they'll pick up their season right where they left off. I know they had a 0-0 tie with I think it was Michigan Tech. I forget who it was. Yeah, 0-0 tie. Eric Portillo, Sabres prospect, getting his second shutout of the season, playing very well, stopping a penalty shot. But let's get right into this matchup tonight. We have Malcolm Subban making his third start for the Buffalo Sabres after a very impressive start previously against the Pittsburgh Penguins, where we all remember that highlight reel save against Evan Rodriguez, where he threw his glove behind his back. We haven't seen flexibility or like that probably since Dom Hasek manned the nets for Buffalo. It's an unbelievable save. And are we getting Sorokin in net tonight, or is it going to be Varley?
Yeah, the audio keep cutting out, so I don't really know what you're saying, but I can kind of go into the Islanders a little bit. So Sorokin's in net for them, and they've really been. And they've kind of gotten the short end of the COVID stick all year. Had to play with an AHL team probably a month ago before the shutdown, and then finally get shut down, and they got 4 or 5 guys back on the COVID protocol, some key players for them. They're currently favored in the books right now. So, I would hammer the Sabres tonight just because last night, it didn't end the way they wanted to, but they looked good, and the Islanders haven't played a game in forever, and they're still missing guys too.
Apparently, now I'm hearing that it might be Varlamov in net tonight. So some contradictory reports there on who's starting for the Islanders tonight. So regardless, both are great goaltenders. It doesn't matter who you really get in net. Both are very, very capable. 1A, 1B type goaltenders for the New York Islanders. I think, again, I agree with you. This is a game where Buffalo needs to take advantage of a team, we're dealing with it too. It's not like, every team isn't dealing with it. We have to take advantage of their situation. Unfortunately, they have a lot of players in COVID protocol or on IR. It's not Buffalo's fault. They still have to go out there and play a hockey game. So, go out there and win, and that'll happen. Yeah, all different types of technical difficulties for Carson. Hey Matt, you're
Can't win one tonight.
You're breaking your cherry here tonight. We're on 2 goalies, one Mike, so yeah, it'll happen. With that being said, though, obviously puck drop should be happening here momentarily if it hasn't already. Any predictions, Carson?
Audio's gone again, but
Prediction.
I can kind of go in what I want to see from the Sabres tonight. Hopping out early. Islanders haven't played in a while. Keep it going. Like the game, Sabres last night got outshot 11-3 in the first period. They should do that tonight to the Islanders. They haven't played in so long. Yeah, it's in New York for them, but I can see this team coming out. Score prediction, I can definitely give that. I'm going to see 4-2 Sabres win. I think either Krebs or Peterka's getting their first goal. One of them is.
I could see it being JJ. JJ Peterka had a lot of chances last night. I could definitely see him getting on the score sheet tonight. Really breaking through and burying one of those chances, especially if he's still on that first line with Tuck and Tage Thompson. That I can't imagine they would steer away from that. It worked so well last night. I'm going to say I'm actually going to go 5-2. Malcolm Subban will get his first win as a Buffalo Sabre. And I think Dahlin's going to keep up what he's been doing offensively. I thought last night was even one of his better defensive games of all season.
Agreed.
You saw him break up that what would have been an odd man rush and floated. It was almost like Josh Allen throwing to Diggs. Led Tage Thompson the whole way and went on the breakaway and buried it. And it was awesome to see. I think he continues with how he's been performing, trending in the right direction. And I could definitely see that line of Thompson, Tuck, and Peterka continue to do what they started last night. But I could definitely see either Tuck or Peterka burying one here tonight. We had a couple comments here from Paramat Pictures. Last night, I believe Peterka looked good skating and dangling. He just needs a shooter with him to dish it off to. I tend to agree there for sure. That's who Tage Thompson is. Tage Thompson isn't afraid to fire the puck. So, hopefully Tage can be that guy for him. Also, do you believe if Subban does well tonight, him and UPL could be the short-term goalie tandem? I don't see why not. I don't think it's still out of the question that they would send UPL back to Rochester. I'm happy with either decision they make. I think UPL has earned a chance to stay in Buffalo, but I also would agree and almost encourage Buffalo to send him back to Rochester to make a deep playoff run. For the Amherst, have them chase a Calder Cup. I think it could do worlds for all of these players' developments. And I think you want the best goalie in Rochester to give them the opportunity to win a Calder. But that's just my opinion. I know it differs with a lot of different people. But that's definitely a possibility. But like I said, I predict 5-2 Sabres tonight. I could see Peterka and Tuck getting on the score sheet. I could see another multi-point night from Rasmus Dahlin. So, with that being said, though, we'll take off here. We'll let you guys get to puck drop if it hasn't already occurred. Buffalo Sabres versus the New York Islanders at UBS Arena. I have 3 words, everybody. Let's go Sabres.
Let's go Buffalo.